Hi everybody. What we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about how the training and the right instruments will lead to success when it comes to gum health and periodontal health and dental health in the future. What we've drawn here is a set of teeth that could be found in anybody's mouth, and we have gum tissue at different levels on the teeth. As you can see here, the gum tissue, the pink portion, does extend in between the teeth very nicely on this set of teeth, on these two teeth. However, it doesn't really complete the entire contact point, up to the entire contact point between these two teeth, and there's a tooth missing here, which makes a very, very flat area between these two teeth in the gum tissue. All these areas are going to catch food, different kinds of food, with different frequency and with different effectiveness. In a situation like this, not only do we have to worry about where the manual toothbrush or electric toothbrush bristles are hitting the gums in the teeth, on the cheek side and on the tongue side of the teeth, the bristles of the toothbrush should be extending directly down towards the gum tissue at a 45-degree angle to be able to remove plaque from this very key area of the gums. In addition to that, we need to make sure that in between the teeth is being cleaned appropriately as well to ensure periodontal health in these very susceptible areas on the teeth. Now, it's very clear that there are different sized spaces here, and therefore we do need to customize the size brush that we're using for a particular spot. So, in this particular area here in between the teeth, we might have a very, very small brush that has very tiny little bristles to be able to clean that space there. And that can go in and out horizontally in this area, just like that. In and out, in and out. In this situation here, this tiny little brush is going to be swimming, so to speak. It's going to be very small for this space. Instead, we need a bigger brush with bigger bristles to have the friction necessary to be able to clean plaque effectively off of the adjacent teeth on that space. So these two spaces, even though they're very similar, they do need two different brushes to be able to clean those spaces effectively. Next, we have an area in the back of the mouth behind the molars that has its unique challenges related to plaque control. In this area here, we need a very small toothbrush to be able to extend its bristles into the connection between the gums and the tooth right in this area here. And that is typically going to be challenging for any regular sized toothbrush. In addition to that, we have spaces over here that are not well cleaned with floss at all, and they're not well cleaned with these brushes, and they're not well cleaned with these types of brushes. In this situation here, we have different kinds of cotton strips and cloth strips that might be able to shine, so to speak, the sides of those teeth more effectively adjacent to a place where a tooth is missing, adjacent to a space. So, the important information for right now is that there's knowledge that's necessary to be able to clean the teeth appropriately and in the right spaces. So knowing how to do it, number one. Knowing how to do it effectively, I should say, number one. Number two, as we said here, we need a set of instruments that are appropriate for every single space in the mouth. That's number two. Number three, people need a way to be able to replenish their custom set of toothbrushes on a regular basis. People should not be in a situation where, let's just say, this toothbrush here starts to have bristles that are no longer effective, and so we start using this brush to be able to cover that space. That's not going to be an effective way to reduce plaque development and keep this area healthy. We need to have that toothbrush specifically for that space. So having a custom set of brushes that are appropriate for your teeth and for your gums a replenishment of that set of brushes is a very important element to maintaining gum health. And thirdly, we have to review the knowledge every so often, usually about every 6 months or so. And people will be surprised at the details that are lost over a 6-month period. So those are the 4 elements: having the appropriate knowledge of how to do it, having the appropriate instruments to do it, getting a replenishment of those instruments, and then reviewing the techniques on a regular basis every 6 months with trained specialists. Those are the things that are going to be important for maintaining gum and dental health long term, and that can keep you out of trouble when it comes to dentistry. Thanks for joining us, and for more information on how the inflammatory response breaks down the bone and the gums around the teeth, please visit our other videos. Thank you.